We're going to do our special song like we normally do, but this one needs a little introduction. It's been a while since we've done it. Years and years ago. It's turning into years and years ago. That's how fast. My little daughter, Abigail, invented a game. She was probably 2-3 years old. And she's not the only one. We've sang this song, and I've had people say, hey, I used to play the same thing. But she would play a game. She would come to me. She said, Daddy, let's play adoption. I said, okay. And the way this works is she has to go into her bedroom, which is the room where all the adoptable children are. And I have to be the daddy who's looking for a child to adopt, right? So she goes in there and she's got her stuffed animals everywhere, and those are all the children. And she's sitting in the corner with these giant eyes, you know. So I have to walk in there and I have to look around at all the children, and I, of course, settle on her. You know, she's the cutest one in there. And I sit down next to her. This is how this game goes. If she ever asks you to play, you know the rules. I sit down next to her and I say, hey, little girl, what's your name? And this one always gets me because nobody told her to say this. There's something just wonderful about this whole thing. I say, what's your name? And she says, I don't have a name. Okay. Well, would you like to come be my baby? She says, yes. So I go over there and I sign all the imaginary paperwork and I bring her out and she's my baby. And so we got to come up with a name. And she says, Abigail Jane Kusic, because she's right down the center. She's got her name picked out. And there's something so beautiful about that. She, even as a small child, she tapped into something inside of all of us that just wants to be chosen. There's ample blessing in being born natively into a family that's your own by blood. But there's a different sort of blessing in being chosen, in being in a father walking into a room and saying, that's the one right there. There was something, just a longing in her heart that wanted to be chosen. And my favorite part about the whole game is when she says, I don't have a name. Because, see, whenever we were chosen by God, we didn't have a name either. But he gives us his name. So whenever she was wanting to play adoption, I think it's speaking to a hunger in all of us for true adoption. And I sat down and I wrote this little song called Adopted. And I've sung it a couple times here. But this is the first time she's going to sing it with me. So if you could come on up, sweetie. And I hope this is a blessing to somebody. And if I get through it, it'll be a miracle. I did it first service. We'll see how it goes. All right. Child, you assured me I'm no bother when I pray. You're acquainted with my failures. I'm familiar with your smile. You overwhelm me with your kindness every day. What a blessing to have a father like that. From broken to whole, from stranger to family, not an unwanted thing, but an heir to a king, and all through your mercy. Oh, it's heaven on earth to stand in your favor, 'cause I'm no longer in sin, I'm born all over again. If I let it, it makes my head spin. I'm so glad that you're my father. I'm adopted as your child. You assure me story. You are my God, you are my King, and you are my glory. I'm so glad that you're my Father. I'm adopted as your child. You assured me